Hi everyone, it's Felicia. Welcome back to my channel. If you have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button because it does help with YouTube's algorithm. So today I kind of wanted to just give some information about pro-choice versus pro-life. What does that mean? What is an abortion? I feel like there's a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding out there about what abortion is. People think that if you're pro-choice, that means that you're pro-killing babies. That is ridiculous. That is not at all what that means. So I have a screen up here from the CDC website. As you can see, this is cdc.gov, the Center for Disease Control. And I wanted to discuss some statistics here. Okay, so these statistics, it looks like they have 2019 statistics. So it says in 2019, women in their 20s accounted for the majority of abortions. That was 56.9%. The majority of them took place in early gestation. So people are not having abortions, generally speaking, in the later part of their pregnancy. People are ending it early for a number of reasons. Those reasons are really none of anybody's business. Those are very personal reasons. Sometimes it's an ectopic pregnancy where it's fatal for the mother. Other times there are health issues, significant health concerns for the fetus, or significant health concerns for the mother. These are the majority of the reasons for abortions. There's also abuse, rape, incest, etc. A smaller number of abortions, 6.2%, were performed at 14 to 20 weeks, and even fewer, it's less than 1% people performed at greater than 21 weeks. So there are very few later term abortions in pregnancy, as opposed to what is generally kind of put out there. That is sort of a last resort if there's a medical emergency or something just absolutely needs to be done. In 2019, 42.3% of all abortions were early medical abortions. So there you go. There are some facts and statistics. Let's see, how does CDC define abortion? Let's take a look at that. For the purpose of surveillance, so this is their abortion surveillance system. A legal induced abortion is defined as an intervention performed by a licensed clinician, so someone who's actually trained to do these things, intended to terminate a pregnancy so that it will not result in a live birth. And again, the majority of these are due to health concerns. Okay, there's teen pregnancy. So I think this is something that a lot of the conservatives don't necessarily understand. Teens are going to have sex. It is just part of their development. It is normal and healthy and natural for teens to have sex. You're not going to prevent your teenager from having sex. If you think so, you're incredibly naive as a parent. Your children are probably doing things that you don't know anything about. That's part of being a teenager. That's part of normal, healthy adolescent development. As they are striving for more autonomy and transitioning into adulthood. So we really want to give teens, adolescents, young adults access to safe sexual practices, healthy sexual education, and resources to, one, have safe sex, and two, make sure that they are using protection and that they have different birth control methods. Condoms alone, every medical professional will tell you, condoms alone are not sufficient to prevent pregnancy. Condoms can rip. People don't always put them on correctly. There's a number of reasons why condoms alone are not sufficient birth control. If you don't believe that, just go ask a local medical provider, and they should be able to tell you that. So really what we want to see is a blend of condoms and some sort of actual contraceptive, such as a pill, IUD, patch, etc. There are risks to those, so you would definitely want to talk to your teenager's gynecologist or primary care provider about those. But if your teenager is sexually active, which the majority of teenagers are, it just kind of is the way that it is, and it doesn't mean that your child is bad. We have to accept reality, and the reality is teenagers are designed to be sexual. It's just their development. So just know that, and you want to give your children access to those resources. So let's see, teen pregnancy here. Okay, fortunately, so it looks like teen pregnancies decreased to 16.7 per 1,000 females in 2019. That's good. So people are using protection, hopefully. Evidence suggests these declines are due to more teens abstaining from sexual activity and more teens who are sexually active using birth control than in previous years. That is great. Let's see if there's anything else on here that would be important to go over. The importance of prevention. This is why prevention is so important, and you really do need to be talking to your children about these things, and talk to them before they're teenagers. They do get exposed to sex at a very early age in school. If you don't think that's the case, you're very naive. So you do want to make sure that you're talking to your children about sexual education and healthy sexuality. Teen pregnancy and childbearing are associated with increased social and economic costs through immediate and long-term effects on teen parents and their children. Pregnancy and birth are significant contributors to high school dropout rates among girls. Only about 50% of teen mothers receive a high school diploma by age 22. Whereas approximately 90% of women who do not give birth during adolescence graduate from high school. So that's a significant difference there. The children of teenage mothers are more likely to have lower school achievement, drop out of high school, have more health problems, be incarcerated potentially, or face unemployment. So those are just some of the reasons why we definitely need to be talking to teenagers about these issues. Okay, and there was one other thing that I wanted to take a look at. So here they have parent and guardian resources. So let's take a look at this together just to see what's on here. So it looks like these are some resources, again, from the CDC website to help your teen make healthy choices about sex and their sexuality. So again, you do want to talk to your children about birth control methods, talk to them about having healthy communication with their romantic or sexual partners. There's a bunch of links here, so I will include this link in the description box for you all. And then here's a bunch of research articles and citations that you can also look at. So I just kind of wanted to share some of those things with you so that you could have access to appropriate, adequate information about healthy sexuality, safe sex practices, and just knowledge about adolescent sexuality and practices as well. The majority of abortions are for medical reasons, or they are extenuating circumstances such as being abused, assaulted, etc., and it results in unwanted pregnancies. Sexual abuse is rampant in all systems and institutions throughout the United States and probably throughout the world. But it certainly occurs far more than the general public has any knowledge of. It's in religious institutions, it's in your neighborhoods, it's everywhere. So if you think that your child would not be exposed or experience sexual abuse or sexual assault throughout their lifetime, that's also very naive. The current statistic is that 1 out of 3 children will be sexually abused before they turn 18, and 100% of females will be sexually harassed at some point in their lifetime. You can ask any woman, any female, if they've ever been sexually harassed, and they'll say yes. I have been sexually harassed. Every other female that I know of has been, at the very least, sexually harassed, and that is still a type of sexual abuse. So I hope that this has been informational for some of you who think that being pro-choice is just about, oh, you just want to get rid of babies, or oh, you just don't want to take responsibility. That is an extremely ignorant and uneducated viewpoint. So before you judge people and before you label people as baby killers and things like that, please do the research. Please actually talk to people. You probably know people who have had abortions and they're just too afraid to say anything because you're an asshole about it. So please be kind. It's really none of your business. If someone has an abortion or is thinking about it, that is a very personal choice. It is that person's body. It is that person's life that they have to think about. And there absolutely are cases where it is necessary and or appropriate to end a pregnancy. And that is not for you or anyone else to decide. It's not for a politician to decide. That is a personal choice between the woman carrying the child and her support team, her partner, her healthcare professionals, etc. So again, what someone does with their body is none of your business, and I guarantee you, you do not know all of the circumstances around it. So please be kind, ask questions, educate yourself, be non-judgmental, and just be a good person. Be someone that someone can go to if they're in a crisis, not someone that they want to stay away from, because that is why the suicide rates are so high as it is. So I'm going to keep covering this topic because it's very important. And I see so much ignorance out there on social media. I'm not responding to it because I don't want to start an argument, and I just don't feel the need to put that much energy into something. So I'll keep doing videos about it. You can choose to watch it or not. You can choose to do the research yourself or not. but I'm going to keep talking about it anyway because this is an extremely important topic. So I hope that this is helpful for some of you. I hope that maybe this will help to open some of your eyes. Like I said, I'm going to keep doing videos on this topic. I hope that you all have a wonderful and safe week, especially heading into the 4th of July weekend. And I will see you all again soon. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Thanks.